Skate, skate, skate. Look at the power they use. Welcome, everybody. I'm RJ of The Nerdy Brew, and here on this channel, we talk TV, movies, and everything in between, all while drinking a cup of coffee. Now, if you like one of those things or all of those things, won't you consider subscribing and hit that notification bell and becoming a fellow Brewster? So today, fellow Brewsters, this is a reaction to Marvel Animation's X-Men 97. It's been announced a long time ago. You know, it's supposed to be a continuation of the show from Fox Kids. I got notified by my friends in a group chat that I'm in called Fanboy Junction, and they dropped it in there. As soon as I saw that it was the start of that, I said, oh no, I have to record this for the channel. So hence, here I am recording it for the channel. So I haven't watched it, don't know any Easter eggs, don't know any other news behind it. So this is a raw, in-depth reaction that we're going to do together, and then we'll discuss the trailer after the fact. So let's get into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if it works.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye.
That's how it ended. The Wolverine walks off. They do find Morph, and he was gone. In the first episode, missing. He had a chip from Mr. Sinister.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
So it looked like the world went to shit.
No matter how dark it is, we must believe.
The animation is a little charming. Was that Magneto? He built Genosha? Yep.
We get this done by working together as a team. Jeez, Bob, keep buzzing in my ear.
It's a classic theme. I wish the movies went with the theme. Who's knocking? With Cable. Let's go. Skate, skate, skate. Look at the power they use.
My X-Men.
Avengers Assemble. Yeah.
Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
So they had Eric Magnus, Eric Lencher. That is a big cliffhanger to end on a trailer. I mean, that happens in the comics. There's a thing where Magneto at some point takes over the X-Men, but for him, Magneto has always been about mutant rights and mutant life. Even though he was kind of like a supremacist, he was also a separatist as well. But in honor of Charles Xavier, he does tone down. He ends up growing as an individual and toning down his genocidal ways and focusing on the fact that he does have a family, and the fact that Charles was always progressive and thinking about unity. He just wants to honor that memory. So maybe they might incorporate that, or it might just take a logical, natural progression of what left off from the show. And it's great seeing it come back. I would go read recommendations, by the way. I would go read X-Men 92. X-Men 92 is a continuation of the show. I don't know if it's canonized for the stories of the show, but if you want further stories, I think there's 16 issues total. That's a good place to start. But as I said in my last previous video, I'm gonna link it somewhere, somehow. Go please back and watch that about Deadpool. But I mentioned in the 90s, there was a lot of synergy with the X-Men franchise because of the cartoon. And so it was a big resurgence. And I just remember at that time reading the X-Men, and the biggest X-Men stories that were at the forefront that put a shot into X-Men was the Jim Lee run of X-Men, and then it tied into all of that. And yeah, and I already gave my commentary with some of this stuff. Morph, that was like a big story in the first episode of the series, and then it sat with Wolverine in the team. They sat with that grief, and then the fact that they couldn't find his body until he shows up again, and then dealing with Mr. Sinister. And the thing about X-Men, the animated series brought to life so many of the great stories and bringing the lore from the comics onto screen so it can introduce a wider audience to those rich stories. They had Age of Apocalypse story, Days of Future Past, and that's brought everybody to know who Bishop was. That story deals with a lot of Kitty Pryde and more Wolverine. In that story, more Kitty Pryde than anything in the comics. So, having Bishop being in the forefront, allowing him to have his, debut and be a major figure inside X-Men, that's brought that out there from the animated series. The whole backstory and everything with Gambit. And the thing about having Gambit inside of that show is that it made me understand what Creole was. Just as a little kid, not being able to be in a place of travel, understanding that this man was Creole from the backwoods of Louisiana and speaking that Cajun, like that was my introduction to that culture was through Gambit. So who says TV is bad?
That mortar looks a little thick, Storm. Better add some water.
Big expert. Always giving orders.
Making up for your screw-ups, Gumbo. Too bad you don't know how to do anything but pick pockets and steal candy from babies. Look out!
Damn it! What do you think you're doing? He better be more careful with his mouth.
As of right now, from what I saw, I'm not peeping any Easter eggs, but I like the trailer in the sense of how it's crafting what the story is going to be, showing the progression of the world of that time, in that universe, progressively falling into chaos. I'm like shadow banned sort of on YouTube, so I gotta watch my language and that they're monitoring how I operate. I was gonna say something SHIT, but however the chips may fall. So let me be censored and say, the world goes into chaos from all of that. And I kind of don't like the animation. And the thing about what they've done on Disney, the animation was really rich early on when they started doing Disney XD, and the animation was like, you could tell a budget was behind it when it came to Avengers Assemble and Ultimate Spider-Man and the first early seasons of the Guardians of the Galaxy show. But then when it came to the later seasons, and I don't know if they changed the animation studio, but they made it flat and matte and close to 2D as close as possible, where it didn't have a lot of emotion coming from the animation. So it just looked really flat and it wasn't really popping. And it seems like everything that they were trying to do is continue to have a shared universe look and feel and style. And that happened when Marvel's Spider-Man got introduced. That wasn't part of the Ultimate Spider-Man. So it makes timelines real convoluted if you're following all of those animated Marvel shows. But I enjoyed my Marvel Spider-Man. But with all that being said, that's what that animation of X-Men looks like, that they're still trying to stay with the matte, real flat 2D, and it looks a little choppy to me, looks a little cheap, but I think that I can get past that if they craft a good story and still having the spirit of what the original show was. So those are my thoughts. Thank you for sitting down, having this cup of coffee with me, having this discussion with me, and I hope all is well with you. And I didn't say that in the beginning, but I'm saying it now because I appreciate you. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Buy me a coffee, donate to the channel. Watch a lot of things. If you can't donate to the channel, help out with the algorithm. With all that being said, I'm going to bring this video to an end. And I want you to be you, do you, see the bigger picture. Have a fantastic day. You deserve it. This is that channel. Peace.
Come out on top, come full Bruce Lee chop, moon rocks, go Red Sox. Tryna go far like Boondocks. Headshot, blunt stay high. Talking shit, gotta pull up on they block. You fraud, I'm Couchgod. No, you got a tax like a state charge. Safe house, safe house.